And I'm also learning right now that Matt Walsh was just suspended on Twitter.
Whoa, really?
Over tweets relating to gender. So Mike Cernovich is tweeting about this right now. So again, his voice gets taken out here. And again, I disagree with Matt on some issues. I agree with him on some issues. But you know, again, he's coming from a different perspective. Why is he being targeted? Why is CNN still the preferred platform for big tech social media that gets to spew their lies to the general public? That's crazy. Do we have the story yet?
I'm trying to pull it up. Twitter's annoying.
I was looking up the companies that Alphabet, Google's parent company, owns the other day, and they have a lot more companies than they did 3 years ago. They have like 12 now. They've got
they're doing well.
The Daily Wire wrote a story about this. Just a heads up if you're looking
for
for it. Yeah, the Daily Wire breaking Matt Walsh suspended from Twitter over tweet about a comment that we should even be careful because we're living in 1984. We can't even say special words.
We'll just focus on. We got the story from the Daily Wire, as Luke mentioned. Matt Walsh suspended from Twitter over transgender tweets. Here's what Twitter has censored. I don't know if we can actually show on YouTube what Twitter even censored.
Exactly. Yeah. Isn't that the type of crazy world we're living in?
Jeez.
But I'll put it this way. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt on anything.
No.
If they're going to censor it, assume it's correct. That's it. I have not yet read what Matt Walsh said. It's right.
Yeah.
If they censored it, don't care. I'm sick of these games they play. The Twitter is very, all of these platforms are very obviously in the bag in one direction. I don't know, man. Look,
they're using legality as an excuse when ethically I don't think it's ethical.
Well, it's only going
policy
to get
related,
legally
right?
evil.
We got to understand we're heading towards a very important political time. This is only going to wrapping up. This is only going to get crazier. More and more people are going to get hit, and they're slowly and surely implementing a society where you get in trouble for wrong things.
Dude, you can mute Matt Walsh if you don't want to listen to it. You don't need to ban his account.
Exactly.
Yep. If you don't want to watch someone, you don't have to. That's your choice.
His tweet refers to transgender trans women as men. That's the gist of his tweet. That's what it was.
This is what you got into it with Jack Dorsey about.
Right. The fact that the overwhelming majority of this country does not agree with the leftist view on gender critical ideology, yet Twitter is enforcing a fringe gender critical ideology.
Was he calling like a trans woman a man in his tweet, or was he just saying trans women are?
No, he said the individual who won Jeopardy, a 4-star admiral. Yeah. He said they were all men, and that's a bannable offense.
That's
now I suppose
that's like stepping in the fire and being like, we can all step in fire. Watch.
I've tweeted a bunch of things that people said I'm going to get banned for, and I just don't care. But I tweeted once, males are better at women's sports than females. And it got like thousands of retweets, and I'm like, what's wrong with that statement, right? Mm-hmm. And so, I think there's ways to like you can point this out. The rules make no sense. Is basically what I'm trying to get to. I don't even understand it anymore. And I'll say this too, as it pertains to YouTube and the COVID rules. I don't even know. I have no idea what because like they have all these rules about what you can and can't say about the vaccines and all that stuff. But COVID we've got so many different variants of COVID.
Yeah.
I'm like, does this rule pertain to Delta, Omicron, Lambda? Which one?
Yeah.
Which one does or it doesn't? Because if they said initially, if you claimed vaccines wane in efficacy, you'd get banned. But now it's like the whole narrative for the booster. So I'm like, is that rule still there? I don't know.
The whole point is not to know or understand the rules. The point is just to make sure that as soon as a new rule is in place, you follow it lockstep. No questions asked. Yeah, compliance no matter what.
And the rules
no matter how insane it is. And it doesn't matter if you understand it. You don't have to understand it.
Yeah, they're kept vague on purpose. Yep. So then the new CEO can come in and reinterpret it and then ban all that type of people.
It's so that they can ban what they want whenever they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like that old saying, like, you know when you see it. You can't define it, but you know when you see it.
Obscenity. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you to know exactly what the rules are, but they want you to know when you're offending the regime.
It is such a power play for them to be like, well, we're not really going to tell you exactly what you can or can't say. We're just going to pull the rug out from you under you if today we decide that this is the wrong thing to say.
Dude, it's so dirty. You can easily ban an account and never have to think of them again as an admin, but it's so easy to contact them and let them know why. It just takes an extra step, but it's so easy to not do it. Like to be lazy and just to be like, yeah, they're just words on a screen. They're not a real person. I don't have to think about it. I'll just destroy their livelihood.
How much you want to bet more people are going to sign up for Getter? You know they got over 1 million?
Yeah.
The amount of people signing up for Getter hit like 1 million.
Yeah.
New York Post reported.
But there's a reason I also was critical of Getter and their kind of vague, generalized term of services, because they're very similar terms of services to a lot of these big tech outlets that, of course, use and abuse them. And if you're leaving a lot of leeway and saying, just trust us, I'm sorry, people have been through enough already. We need more reassurances. We need more transparency. We need more accountability. And we need a process where people actually understand what's going on, what are the rules, and they keep them vague in order to, of course, have that draconian power over you, because you never know what you could say. CNN gets to say whatever they want. They get to eat human brains. They get to show conflict. They get to show gore. They get to exploit it. They get to show people dying every single day. Independent media gets to play by a completely different set of rules that's not even told to them, and they get hit and punished all the time, which is ridiculous.
Reza Aslan ate human brains.
My gosh.
He ate human brains on TV.
Looks like Marjorie Taylor Greene's back on Twitter. Did you guys see that?
What?
Oh,
As of
snap.
14 hours ago, 6
No,
a.m.
that's not true.
This is from Yahoo News. I see her Rep MTG account. Is that tweeting again?
Interesting.
Yahoo says she's back.
Yeah.
Hey.
Rep MTG. It might be just one of her 2 accounts. This is maybe her.
No, she's got her official account has always been up, but her
Oh, it
personal
didn't
account was
get
taken
banned. Oh, I
out.
thought they were
Yeah.
both banned.
Oh.
Okay, so now she's
Okay.
tweeting personally from her official account, I think. Just, I mean, what else?
Well, I don't know how you define what's personal.
yeah, I know
or not.
exactly. But
Yeah.
they're like, she's back and she's tweeting again.
Well, but she has that.
I guess she was there all along.
Rep MTG. Yeah,
I was just checking
look,
her
man,
Getter page. She's up like 20,000 followers from.
Yeah, I'm
Goodness.
up like 150,000 followers. So
Whoa.
the Getter thing's weird because they just copy your they like cloned Twitter, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird.
So you have followers, but there's like no one using those accounts for the most part. I don't even know if there are actual accounts, but they just like copy your number. But when I jumped over to Getter, my number went up like 150,000 people. So you actually there's a lot of engagement. It's crazy. And now they gained another 1 million users. They're just creating parallel cultures.
More and more and more. That's going to be so good. More people are going to spin up new social networks that can federate and just become part of this growing organism.
Good and bad, I guess. The issue is if we divide and completely disassociate from each other, then we just become like warring factions. It'll just be,
we got to unite.
there needs to
create
be
like
some
that.
overarching agreement in culture, and it used to be like the American Constitution.
Or even like an RSS search algorithm where you can at least see what people are posting on different websites. Constitution will be more of a computer code. Like if we're going to rewrite some sort of rules, it'll be a computer rule, I think.
Or just allow people to have personal responsibility and understand that they have discernment and treat them like adults. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need big tech overlords telling me what I can and cannot listen to. That idea, it's so patronizing. It's such an establishment elitist belief that, hey, you're too stupid for your own good. We need to tell you what to believe in. That's crazy. The fact that we're here at this point where people are deciding what you can and cannot discern for yourself is wild. It's ridiculous, and it's disrespectful to human intelligence, and it's stopping human progress, because when you limit ideas, when you limit debate, when you limit conversations, you stop human beings from growing and being better. And I think this is why it's done deliberately. This is done to dumb us down, to enslave us, to put us in fear, to have us controlled, because every step of the way that we're seeing this implemented, it's creating a situation where you're afraid to even express ideas over losing your livelihood. And if we're doing this and we're the ones who are actually talking to the individuals out there, imagine what they're going through and their limited perspectives that are slowly and surely closing in to a limited perspective that, of course, the global elites want you to have. That's exactly what's happening here.
When you say they're getting their perspective squished.
Humanity, by and large, on big tech social media, on the information highways, the ideas that they're allowed to express, the cars that are able to be on that highway are limited and regulated more and more and more, where uniqueness is becoming rarer.
Yeah, the COVID one particularly for me is really interesting because it's the first time I've ever lived through what people have considered a pandemic, and I would love to talk about it, all the things, like what's right, what's wrong, people saying the wrong thing, but in it like a place where I don't want people to believe it when they see it. Like, that's up to you. Don't believe this stuff at face value, any of it. But listen to it. Definitely listen to it. I need that. It makes me
I want to
feel
listen
alive.
to the kooky ideas. I want to listen to
Yeah,
the
I wanna argue
crazy
with
ideas.
people.
I want to listen to people's perspectives that are not mine. I want to listen to ideas that broaden my perspective and my mind. I want to have an open mind. I don't want to be force-fed ideas, spoon-fed things that I have to believe in to fit into society. That's not the way I want to live my life and my experience, controlled and regulated by some yuppie with flip-flops drinking his Starbucks, controlling what could go into my perception and reality. Are you kidding me? I want to slap that Starbucks thing out of his hand immediately,
Mike.
shake him and be like, let humanity be free, release us from your conquest, because when you truly do release people, when you truly allow them to be free and to make their own mistakes and to be responsible for themselves, only then do we have some actual human progression. And when governments have been limited, when governments step out of the way, that's truly when we had the best inventions, the best progress, and the best thing that has happened to humanity throughout recorded human history. And these people are standing in the way, not just of information, but from human progress and growth. These people are enemies of free humanity, and they will do anything in their way to subjugate you and to conquest your existence and your true potential. I'm sick of it. I'm not going along with it, and we're doing everything we can to fight it.
But this notion of open discourse cuts exactly against the far left's idea of pre-censorship. Because, censorship is just like take down a tweet, this tweet has been removed kind of thing. But going back to Herbert Marcuse's, who was the architect of the far left in many regards, he advocated for pre-censorship. The people that have ideas that are opposed to left-wing ideology, they cannot express those ideas because those ideas can be poisonous. So that person cannot, they have to be pre-censored so that those ideas can't exist, and people can't even hear them, because if they hear them, it could be dangerous to the movement. So, I mean, in that sense,
To their narratives, to their profit
Yep.
motives, to their entire story, to their entire existence. You could break all of that with the truth.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to watch live, you can check out this channel Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and if you want more unfiltered and uncensored content with all of these guests, go to timcast.com and become a member. All of these guests you know and love in exclusive segments on our website where we are unrestricted in what we talk about, so you'll definitely not want to miss it. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all next time.